2023 has already been quite the scandalous year, with some cases actually making our jaws drop. At the top of the list is, of course, Yoo Ah-in's huge scandal that happened at the beginning of this year. Ah-in tested positive for 3 different types of illegal substances, and it seems like he was using it for a pretty long time. It all started on February 5th when he was stopped at the airport by the authorities after having flown back to Korea from the US. They were suspecting him of using a certain substance illegally after having checked his prescription records at several hospitals. The substance in question was sleep-inducing that is illegal to use for non-medical purposes. The National Forensic Service ran some tests on him, and it turns out that he wasn't only using one substance because he tested positive for 3 other types as well. He was set to star in the 2nd season of Hellbound, but due to the ongoing investigation, he was dropped by Netflix. They decided to cast Kim Song-chul as his replacement in the next season. It didn't end there though, because Netflix also postponed the release of 2 of his scheduled movies titled The Match and Goodbye Earth. While facing tremendous backlash for multiple weeks, Ah-in was pretty much silent until he finally posted an apology on the 28th of March. He wrote, "Many people supported me and gave me generous encouragement and affection, but I feel great regret and shame for the fact that I was harming myself while continuing my career as an actor." He expressed that he would cooperate with the investigation and accept whatever judgment comes out of it. It's not looking good for him, considering that his career practically went down the drain. Yet another actor that's been in the center of heated debate this year is Nam Joo-hyuk. Last year, he was under fire for school mistreatment allegations. 3 alleged victims came forward and claimed that Joo-hyuk and his friends had pestered them throughout high school. The accusations were pretty serious, since the accusers claimed that Joo-hyuk would physically harm them and even take their money. Most of these allegations were denied by his agency, but there still was some truth to it. The 3rd accuser claimed that Joo-hyuk and his clique would make negative comments about her in an online group chat. Joo-hyuk's agency came forward to reveal that those problematic conversations did take place, but that the matter was taken out of context and already resolved between the parties. In one of the past claims, an accuser stated that there were times where Joo-hyuk would ask students to fight each other against their will if they did something to displease him. His agency denied that any of this ever happened, but that was questioned by the public when one of these alleged sparring matches was uploaded to YouTube. It's claimed that in the video you can't see Joo-hyuk, so it's unlikely that he was actually there. His agency consistently denied the claims and even revealed that Joo-hyuk had met with his accuser to go over the allegations. They then argued that Joo-hyuk found out that he had nothing to do with it. He has had a lot going on the past year, but despite that, he still decided to enlist in the military while the scandal was happening. Considering the huge scandal that he was facing, it's not strange that fans found this a little odd. Next up is another pretty big scandal, which is linked to the controversial past of Ahn Gil-ho, the director of The Glory. You wouldn't think that someone with a past in school mistreatment would direct a drama based exactly on that, yet it still happened. A day after the release of the 2nd part of The Glory, news broke out that Gil-ho had mistreated his peers in the past. A post was made on an online forum claiming that he had physically harmed his peers while attending an international school in the Philippines back in 1996. Initially, Gil-ho denied these accusations, but eventually the truth came out. His lawyer revealed that the claims were actually true and that he did show problematic behavior in the past, but that there was a reason behind it. It turns out that he got back to students who were teasing his girlfriend at the time. Regardless of the context, Gil-ho's lawyer then issued an apology on his behalf. He wrote, "Ahn Gil-ho asks for forgiveness from deep within his heart to those who were hurt by this incident. If given the opportunity, he would like to meet the person or at least contact through phone to convey his apology." It's safe to say that fans weren't too happy with the news, since they couldn't wrap their heads around the irony of it all. The next scandal has everything to do with what went on behind the scenes of Physical 100. The highly popular competition might not have taken place completely fair and square. During the finale, viewers noticed that Jin Young's ropes appeared to be much easier to undo than Jung Hae-min's. This sparked a lot of controversy, and when Jin Young was asked about it, he had nothing to say. Shortly after, Netflix released a statement claiming that there was nothing wrong with the game equipment. However, claims were made that the finale was actually played in 3 different rounds. Reportedly, Hae-min was about to win the first round when Jin Young abruptly stopped the game due to problems with his wheel. The equipment seemed to be fine, so they went into the second round, which was allegedly about to be won by Hae-min. This wasn't the final result either, because the results were made invalid after the crew stated that they had audio issues during the match. Reportedly, the production tried to convince Hae-min to accept a rematch, even promising to shorten his rope to make the next round easier for him. NBC claimed that none of this took place and that they would take legal action against the rumors. On March 9th, the producers of the show revealed the unedited footage of the final match at a press conference, revealing that the match was actually paused twice due to technical problems. They said, "We explained the unprecedented situation to both contestants and we made sure they were both okay with it. Although the production team claimed nothing was rigged, viewers still aren't fully convinced. Lee Seung-gi proved that love isn't exactly drama-free either. His controversial marriage to Lee Da-in has sparked outrage among his fans. The two started dating 3 years ago after bonding over golf and decided to tie the knot this year to the public's dismay. The disapproval has everything to do with Da-in's controversial stepfather, who was arrested 2 times in the past decade for manipulating stock prices. A netizen explained that this practice had cost a lot of families a lot of money, to the point that many stockholders went bankrupt. Neither of Da-in's parents have apologized for this behavior, which definitely didn't help their public image. Despite this, Seung-gi still decided to marry Da-in and even wrote his fans a letter regarding the hate that he's receiving for his marriage. He acknowledged everyone's frustrations, but he also wrote, "My wife did not choose her parents, so how can I say we should break up because of her parents' issues?" He elaborated that he will continue to be with her and that they will be focused on giving back to the less fortunate. Another actor that was under fire for his questionable behavior is Kang Ji-sub, and this particular scandal might actually shock you. On March 12th of this year, Ji-sub confessed that he had once been a part of a cult called JMS Providence. This is a cult founded by convicted felon Dong Myung-seok, who's known for exploiting his younger female followers and has served 10 years in jail for his crimes. Over the years, fans had already been suspecting that something fishy was going on, especially after they saw a portrait of Jesus that's linked to that church in his closet during the broadcasting of a TV show. Ji-sub shared that he found the church when he was struggling, but that he didn't know about its scandalous reputation. His agency stated that he left the cult 4 to 5 years ago, which is something that fans weren't completely buying. The episode in which his closet was shown was pretty recent, suggesting that he might still have affiliation with JMS. After doing some digging, people also found out that he used to praise the leader of the church on Twitter, and there were even some forum posts from 2006 that allegedly link him to the church. So whether he was sincere or not about his association with the cult is up for debate. Lee Byung-hun, one of Korea's most beloved actors, also got himself into a bit of trouble this year. His scandal involved money, and it wasn't as huge as you may think. Turns out that Byung-hun was under special investigation by the National Tax Service, which only happens if they suspect you of tax evasion. Reportedly, he was fined a sum of 100 million won, which is a pretty huge deal considering that he has had a clean sheet for years. His agency came forward claiming that it had nothing to do with tax evasion, but that it was due to some sort of accounting mistake. Last but not least is an older controversy that continues to cause issues to this day, as the actress in question was blacklisted this year. We're talking about Kim Se-don's questionable driving shenanigans. Although Se-don has a tendency to be controversial, last year she was under fire for making an entire place lose electricity. The Gangnam police in South Korea got numerous reports of a car swerving on the road on May 18th of last year. They noticed that the car Se-don was driving had hit several different roadside objects. She even hit an electricity generator, causing an entire place to be out of power. When she realized what she had done, she tried to flee the scene, but the police caught up to her. Turns out that she was behind the wheel while very intoxicated. As a result of this controversy, she was dropped from her drama trolley. To make matters even worse, on April 21st of this year, KBS announced that she was officially banned from the network, so it doesn't look like she'll be getting any new acting jobs anytime soon. Which scandal shocked you the most? Let us know. Thanks for watching. Bye!